Hello everyone, welcome to Ideas on Fire, and today we're going to be talking about out-of-pocket crimes regarding the Ted Monkey case, and I'm going to be accompanied by Francis and Macy.
Hello, I'm Francis.
Ideas on Fire is where we discuss all the different murders committed by various people, and today we're going to be talking about the Ted Monkey case.
He started his crime spree in 1999 when he was just 4 years old. His first victim was Jaquavius, age 30.
He killed Jaquavius by suffocating him in a bag.
2 years later, in late April of 2001, Ted claimed the life of his second victim, Josh Hutcherson's gopher. After encountering Josh Hutcherson's pet gopher, Ted blew a whistle so loud that it shattered the eardrums of the poor creature, therefore exploding its tiny brain.
1 year later, in early March of 2002, Ted struck again, but this time committing a double homicide. 2 minion mascots from Universal Studios were his third and fourth victims. Ted killed one by smothering him in his outfit, and the other he placed beneath a roller coaster, which resulted in many families being traumatized.
In the middle of August 2002, Sebastian and Larry, two unfortunate lobsters, became casualties 5 and 6. These crustaceans were not prepared for Ted's cruel deception. Ted hosted a party at Red's Lobster, a place of great irony for their crime. Families of the lobsters attended, unaware of the horrors to come. Ted, with his dark sense of humor, chose that moment to devour Sebastian and Larry. The act played out in front of their loved ones, creating a scene of utter despair. The other lobsters watched in stunned silence, processing the gruesome reality. Ted's actions marked a new low, even for him.
In early November of 2004, John Stilton, Ted's seventh victim, died tragically after an automobile struck and killed him. Ted did claim that the death was an accident, but this claim remains unconfirmed by authorities. Details about the crash are limited, but Geronimo's death sent shock waves through the literary world. They all mourned the famous mouse journalist. The police took another look at the bizarre murders. Stilton's death intensified their investigation. Each victim's death brought more questions than answers. Investigators hoped Stilton's case would give them clues. This event itself pushed the police to dig deeper into the local murders.
The eighth victim was Biggie Cheese, who met a bizarre end in late December of 2004. Ted had force-fed the poor rat too much food. The exact amount is unknown, but it exceeded Biggie's limits. You know, he's like big, but like, it can't fit. This overfeeding caused a fatal reaction. Ted's actions led to Biggie Cheese's bizarre demise.
Gummy Bear was the ninth victim. In early January of 2006, Ted had used a magnifying glass to direct the sun onto the poor Gummy Bear musician, which resulted in him meeting a sticky yet unfortunate end. Due to Gummy Bear's erratic lifestyle, he wasn't reported missing until late April of the same year.
In early May 2006, Ted claimed his 10th victim. 6-year-old Orange Blossom. Orange Blossom was pelted to death with oranges. The perpetrator repeatedly threw oranges at her, causing her to bleed externally and internally, thus resulting in fatal injuries and death at the end. That's actually cruel, though. To pelt oranges at a girl like that? Bizarre.
Ted Monkey's murders took a short halt for a few years, and he continued his crimes by killing Freddy Fazbear in late June of 2012. The 11th victim was Freddy Fazbear, who died by the bite of 87, a gruesome death. Yes, Ted Monkey bit him. Then he bombed the subway, which killed the subway surfers, and there were 39 of them.
Ted's next victims were the crewmates from Among Us. They were killed by being stabbed to death with a butcher knife in April of 2013. He ate the crewmates like chicken drumsticks and threw the bones in the incinerator. He even deep-fried them.
Another victim was Shrek, murdered in September of 2014. This poor swamp creature has died by drowning. While sleeping on a hay cart, Ted pushed the cart into the water, which killed the poor ogre. He was not an all-star anymore. Hey now, you're an all-star.
Another victim was found, and it was Princess Twilight Sparkle. She couldn't defeat the enemy through the power of friendship. Rainbow Dash was falsely imprisoned for 2 years, till Ted was finally convicted in October of 2016. The exact date of Princess Twilight Sparkle's murder still remains unconfirmed and is a mystery. In 2016, Ted was convicted by the one and only Fluttershy. She was devastated by Rainbow Dash in jail and was convinced Rainbow Dash was innocent. So Fluttershy started and pulled together an investigative team consisted of Mr. Peabody and Inspector Gadget. Together, they're actually finally able to bring the victims to justice.
The police found him by him crawling through a tunnel. So they grabbed him by his legs and they cut off his legs. And the police basically like murdered him, you know. So they stuffed his body down a river and he was never to be found again.
Thank you all for watching Ideas on Fire, and we'll see you next time in next Friday's podcast.
Like and subscribe, please, for more videos.